They were already, before the kidnap of Mazem Nandekano, those people were already bought off. But here's the thing. Here's where they miscalculated. I wouldn't say that they didn't know. They miscalculated. They wanted to buy time. They knew that somebody will come up. They knew that and that person is already here, but they wanted time. I think hold on. For the election, remember the election was coming up, and this is just my view. The election was coming up, and they wanted everything. They even went to the extent of campaigning for the election. They were so desperate for that election to hold.
Political solution.
Yes, they were willing to do anything for that election because Mazen Nnamdi said that the election would never hold. And they know that if they at least get Mazen Nnamdi out of the way, it would take time, and then they can use propaganda with those stooges that those people that have sold Biafra. They can use their propaganda before the person can get the foothold into the struggle. They would have already done the election and all that. And so that's what I'm thinking. That's because I don't think they're that stupid to miscalculate that if they kidnap Mazen Nnamdi, Biafra struggle will end. So that's just what I think.
I think they underestimated the resilience of autopilot because if you understand, they were focused on the DOS, and they have already analyzed them perfectly, and they thought with DOS nothing else can stand if they are there. So unfortunately for them, they underestimated that Simon will come in or will be allowed to stand and then be the one that will take us to this point. Okay, they were thinking that the DOS will not allow Simon to rear his head at all. And remember, the moment he was kidnapped in Kenya, we were expecting that Kenya will react and say, "Oh, why did you kidnap somebody in our land and all that?" No, what they did was to invite Uhuru Kenyatta to Downing Street. Okay, so all these things, unfortunately for them, they underestimated the resilience of those following what our leader said through our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon. That's all I can say.
Yes, that is absolutely true. They underestimated the capacity to turn the tide against them. That is absolutely correct, because they had already got this so-called BOS. They had already got all of them. Everybody around him had been bought. That's what I say. It was similar to what they did to Wazirike. They had gotten those people caged. They got them even to walk to dismember any association that will counter their position. That was why they had to oppose Simon from the beginning. They had to stand against him because they themselves, just like Obasanjo, knew what he could do. So they were going to fight against him, not allowing him to announce Radio Biafra, and that was part of it. And then it was supposed to be a gradual winding down of the entire agitation. Gradually, systematically, they were well taught on what to do. Grind it gradually to a halt. Don't let the people know. If you want to protest, they say, no, don't protest. Then, Zokome, no. Ejima, no. Then, when you do anything, they will tell you, no. We have a... Remember what they told people initially. Do you know what they said? They said that the kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu was purposeful, that he voluntarily submitted himself because there was an arrangement with the United Nations and with the EU that he should bring himself stylishly back to Nigeria through a trick, and then a small judgment will be done, and he will be victorious, and then he will win Biafra. That was the first message, the first story these idiots started peddling at that time. They were passing it to those people under them, and you know, in their group, they have a lot of what I will call in Cameroon, they call it follow back. They just follow. And they have no common sense of their own. So when they passed that message, it was already sinking. And then this one wouldn't make an announcement. And the other ones would tell you, stop, hold on, that and that. So gradually, I'm telling you, the spirit was dying. In less than 3 weeks, the spirit was almost completely fizzled out. Almost. So, but they didn't know what was going to happen. And now, when Simon came up, they also started battling against him from right within the IPOB. And they still had hope that there was a way they could contain him. But unfortunately, to their surprise, it became worse than even what they were fighting at the beginning. Because I was telling somebody, and I appreciate what Sonny said yesterday.
Emeka, please, we would like
Okay.
someone else to take crack on it, like Otumwanya has been having his hand up. Then, so let us come to a conclusion or come to a kind of understanding of what actually took place. Like Mouthpiece said, they underestimated what Simon Ekpa would have done. The first is having opinion, apart from what you are saying, that British knew that Simon is there. But let me tell you people something. They don't respect your color. They know you are, if they just see you are epitome of corruption, you must accede to something. Everybody have a price, like before just said. They thought
and that's what they thought. That's what they wanted time. They wanted to buy time. Yes.
So, but let's see what Otuwamaya have to say about this.
Yes, so I greet you once again. What they wanted to do is like they wanted to buy a time, but they bought you know, when you say, you know, in the zoo, I see it as
they bought the wrong time.
yeah, you know, everything in the zoo. If you're not a criminal, you don't go anywhere. You don't excel in anything. So it is scam, kidnap, all these things is what excel. But this case of our leader, they bought it and it is disaster for them. So that is exactly what is happening. So they are crying for, even at this last hour, they are crying for a crime they know how to do best. Now it is a rum to them. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
Mouthpiece, you have the mic, but if you don't mind, there is something there is a clarification I want to get moving forward. But you have the mic, man.
Okay, you see, what I wanted to say is this. If you guys remember vividly the way when our leader was kidnapped, and he was given order by our leader that he should take over the mantle of Radio Biafra. But now, for the fact that everything has already been pre-planned to suppress Biafra in every inch of the way, which those in the US know that if that Radio Biafra is given to, handed over to our Prime Minister, he is going to speak on the truth and announce everything on that Radio Biafra. So they started saying that did he take oath or didn't take oath, or that he should hand over his platform and all those. You guys know the story. Now, when they tried to achieve that to support him and they couldn't, and he now reared his head and came out and brought the voice voice of Biafra. You know, so then they now saw that there's no other way. They tried everything, they cannot suppress him, and then that's how now he brought the autopiloted IPOB, and that's where we're here. Okay, so all these things in a sort of sorry.
Mouthpiece, are you saying emphatically that the DOS knew that the sales of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was a premeditated act by the DOS? Because our leader said that they talked about an afterthought betrayal, which we can attribute to members of the DOS. But from
Yes.
what you are saying that they have the foreknowledge about this
They
thing.
have the
Yes.
look. They have the foreknowledge, and not only that. When you're talking about afterthought is for those only who didn't know the inner caucus. The inner
Yes.
caucus. You
Absolutely.
see,
Yeah.
so the inner caucus know everything. They planned everything. But
Yes.
those who are coming, we are talking about afterthought, are those who are in the DOS, but they
On
are
the
not
periphery.
privy. They
Yes.
are not privy to this. So I've just said it to you.
Yes. Yes.
The,
Madam, you
the
are
first,
absolutely correct.
the
You're
first
absolutely correct.
university, the first university. Do you share her thought? Because
Yeah.
look, they say 2 is a crown, but 3 you cannot hold a secret. So,
Yeah.
so that is why I will still say that our PM is right on that. Because you don't know what I will say. You cannot approach me with this kind of high class corruption, knowing that my life is at stake. This is about me. This is about the Biafran people, about the Igbo race. And somebody is approaching me that, look, oh, this is what we are doing. I must agree. And the cover will not be blown up. Do you share her thoughts? The university, the first, before our brother Emeka continue.
Can I chip in
Uh,
something before he
it's
continue, please? What I just want to say is this, okay? Before our leader was kidnapped, remember when our leader was kidnapped, when he was in DSS dungeon, remember when he gave that instruction for our PM to take over the leadership, okay? What Carol White said was that our leader is mentally drained, that the beating he got, the torture he got in Kenya, that because of that, he cannot do anything again. So this was part of the mechanism they use, to deceive the gullible ones, those afterthought people. That was what makes them not know what was going on at the initial stage. And also remember, Carlo was fully aware of this plan. Okay, that was why he said that our leader was in.
100%,
That was the reason
100%.
why he said that our leader was in the mountain praying. Instead of him getting the information out for us to do the needful at the right time. That's just what I want to add in. Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Okay,
Emeka,
go
Thank
ahead,
you.
first. The floor is yours.
No,
okay.
let university go ahead.
yeah. I have I lost what I wanted to say. What I agree with. I agree with a mouthpiece, of course. I agree with mouthpiece, and I agree with you, Professor, too. That these people.
If you want to, if you want me to tell you more secrets, I'll say it, but let's not just go there. But I'm
Yeah,
just giving you the
yeah.
truth.
There
So
are a
that's
lot
it.
of things. There are a lot of things. Even our minister, prime minister, doesn't bring everything live. There are things he shared on live online, and there are things he just keep because there are so many things. If everything is open, self, people will start fighting themselves. If you see with the damage that these people have those you are calling afterthought, what they have done, you will just say let's end it right here. You understand? So the zoo have made the mistake. I continue to say where they made the mistake is that they have the belief. Of course, they were 100% in their calculation, but they didn't have everything. They were very positive that taking Nnamdi Kano we end Biafra. If you look at all the moves they have made since they kidnapped him since 2 years, was to destroy Biafra to bring it to an end. Imagine the guy interviewing Ejiofor asked him on national TV that about the move to crack down ESN. So who is Biafra if not ESN and then BLA and all of us?
Yes.
If they bring ESN down, then the freedom is dead. So this
Yes.
is why they were asking him that question. What are you doing about your job to crack down ESN? And this guy has killed, and he has killed. Look at his face. You can see his face is no longer. It's like his face is burning. I mean, something is happening to him. You know, these are people's blood. You can see the blood, all the blood of our people, all the ESM blood in his face. If you think I'm lying, next time you see him come online, go and look at his face. Maybe very soon he will start being ashamed to come out on video because his face is getting horrible. The blood is
No,
too much.
next time you see him, you start seeing maggots coming out from his face.
I'm
You'll
telling
be
you.
talking, the maggots will be coming out.
I'm telling you because he's getting to that point.
University. People like me, I don't take to this kind of euphoria that will give me some sense of relief for say karma or anything. If karma they real, Oyibo people don't finish. But
I'm
I go
not talking
say
about karma. I'm telling you what the guy said on national TV
no,
where
as
he
in
said
like his
they
face is
asked him
burning or this one or this one.
his
I
job,
don't I know they try to
what
console
the point
myself
I
with
want you
those
to
kind of
no, it's me again. It's me again. What I want you to understand there is that this guy mission was to destroy ESN. And he went after them. And on that place, you can see the question: if there is nothing like that does not exist, that guy will not ask him
You are right
about
about that. You
tracking
are right
down.
about that.
Yeah, that's what
Very
I'm
right.
saying. That's
Very
what I'm
right.
saying. So, these people made a very huge mistake because taking our prime minister has always said, is be saying it. Nobody can stop Biafra from coming. Nobody can stop the freedom of Biafran people. Even Nnamdi Kanu himself cannot stop it. Nigerian government cannot stop it. UK cannot stop it. They cannot stop it. It is left for the Biafran people. No, don't. I see people saying that recognize and don't recognize. The country is not recognized. Who give a damn? As far the people are living in peace and they are able to run themselves very progressively and peacefully. So what give a fuck about your recognition?
Look at Kosovo. Who care about them? Kosovo. No, who
Yeah,
recognize?
Who give a damn?
there are a lot of countries that the West don't recognize, but they are still functioning very well. And who
Absolutely.
cares?
This
The
was
first,
it.
there are people raising
It's
hand.
even better it's even better that they don't recognize us, so that they don't look into this place. The first, please
We
continue
have
bringing
uh,
people.
we have Praise Elohim. You will go next. Let's hear from. I think he's a first timer. Merit Irishi. Unmute yourself. Merit. Merit. If you can hear me, unmute yourself.
Rishi, you on the mic, please unmute yourself and talk to their friends.
All right. He's
I'm
receiving
not. I'm not
that.
sure. I'm not
Remove
sure
him,
he's a
remove him if he
Biafran.
doesn't want to talk.
I'm not
All
sure he's a
right.
Biafran.
Yeah, I checked. He retweeted some. So I will Irishi, I will drop you if you're ready. Just come back and then we'll give you a mic. Praise Elohim. Go ahead, unmute yourself.
Good evening, my brothers and sisters and fellow compatriots, the host and the co-host, and everyone on the space. I want to thank everyone for always coming around to make our voices heard. Before going to the topic, let me just add my voice to what was just being discussed. You remember the Mohammed Abbas said that on the day that he was kidnapped, they were on telephone conversation, and they spoke at length, and he was to come back to speak with him later in the evening. So if you were to come back to speak with him later in the evening, and he didn't come back, and he didn't call you didn't call him for the first day, for the second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, 6 day, 7 day, 8 day. There is no way we can exonerate the DOS in what happened to our leader. Hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. You see, if like Koiki put it very well, he said, if he has spoken with Iboho in the morning and they were to speak again in the evening and he didn't hear from him, he said he will raise an alarm. So if we are talking about whether DOS are part of the original plan, they are. The fact that you spoke with your leader in the morning and even spoke, they said they spoke at length and they were to speak again in the evening and you did not hear from him for the first day, second day, or running to 8 days and you didn't raise any alarm. No. DOS had
So
an idea.
Our prime minister
Let
has
me
done
let
a
me add
position
something,
on this.
Marcus.
Yeah.
Let me add something. The very day our leader was kidnapped, we were in a meeting waiting for him to call in. That very day he was kidnapped, we were in a meeting waiting for him to call in. We waited. After about 30 minutes, we couldn't hear from him. We were deliberating on what we do. Should we continue waiting, or do we for next time, to convene next time? We tried to get him, even the secretary. Everybody was confused. But some people, the body language shows that something was going on. You know? So we that don't know what is going on, we don't know. But to worsen the whole situation, at a point, the secretary came in. She said that Onyendu pick up his phone and like somebody snatched up the phone from her. So everybody was confused. We know that something was going on, but we don't know exactly what was going on that very moment. So the meeting was rescheduled for next time, you know. Then we were waiting. We couldn't hear from Onyendu. Nothing was going on. But all we heard, Onyendu tweeted. Why these people, the DOS or whoever, the secretary was tweeted. So somehow, this impunity, the secretary somehow was also implicated on what is going on. So this was an entire job they did. It was a lot of people involved. It's not a one-person stuff. A lot of network went on that ground before our leader was kidnapped.
Sorry,
That's just what I
please,
want to add in. Thank you.
please, who is speaking? Who is speaking?
This is Paul.
It's Paul Ezeme. It's Paul Ezeme who's
Okay,
speaking.
Paul. Okay. Now, you say okay. You were to have a meeting and the meeting did not hold, and second day, third day, and nobody raised an alarm. That is where I have problem with this issue. You see, there's no way the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, over 70 million people, and you were to have a meeting with him. Okay, nobody knew what was going on. And the secretary tried to tweeted, and he said somebody snatched phone. Then it ran like that for 8 days. No. That's even Paul, you even owe us some explanation. You see,
So
what I'm
praise
saying.
Elohim, please. Praise Elohim, please.
I'm not a secretary.
I have to stop you.
I'm just a
Excuse me,
coordinator
please.
from my unit.
Please,
I'm a
please,
Please,
praise
let me
Elohim.
clarify this.
please allow me to land, please.
No, you can say what
Please.
you want to say. It's okay to deliberate.
Marcus, let him.
It doesn't mean that it's an accomplished. What I mean, he has to tell us some more stories. So what I'm saying is, if that happened, and like Abbas said, Muhammad Abbas, I am still saying, for running 8 days, somebody should have raised an alarm. At least they knew where.
That's what I'm telling you, that Carlo was accomplished.
Yes,
Because the secretary didn't come straight. He said that it's just like somebody snatched up the phone. That was her word, not my word.
Sorry,
Okay.
Because we were in
can
the
I add
meeting.
Okay.
something there, please?
Go ahead.
Please. Okay. Go. Okay. Go. Let add what you want to add, please.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody.
Yeah. Good.
From what I have gathered and what I know, the day Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, because after Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, anyway, started from when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu appeared in Israel. He didn't. He spent some time in Israel, but he didn't go back to UK for some reason. Perhaps that time he was having an issue with his wife, and the UK was hot for him, so he went straight to Germany. He was in Kanonta's house for 1 year. So the day he traveled to Kenya, he flew from Germany straight to Kenya. So
Okay.
Kanonta is 1000% aware what is going on, and the secretary is also aware,
Mm-hmm.
because when secretary wanted to raise an alarm, Kanonta shot him. So when the news and everything was going on, then a secretary now threatened Kanonta, said if he did not exonerate her from what happened to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that should open up. And that's why Kanonta, at the initial time, he released the names of people that are not involved, and Caroline Okarafor wasn't there. But some of the DOS members are aware. They all know what happened, and they sealed it. So the people that betrayed Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is more than 100 people. That's why they were able to seal everything, and no leak, no leak of information from anywhere, starting from Kanota, because he flew from Germany to Kenya, and the Jofo is aware, and the whole plan starting from UK. So UK, they know UK know that will not happen in their own soil, because it's against international law, and it's a very big blow if such a thing happen in their soil. So they have to find a way to use our politicians, contact the family, the brother. So everything, Kanonta is 1000% involved. That's what I want to add on that issue.
Yes. Yes.
Another
Yes.
thing is
Yes.
for him to use his Twitter handle to be communicating to our people. That says a lot from the secretary. Understand? That's a red flag right there. Because that Twitter they are using to communicate to deceive our people says a lot. And that's just what I want to add. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's because the
The
Kanonta asked the secretary to tweet that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is coming. That's what she doesn't want. Maybe that's what she asked Kanonta to exonerate her name from what's happening, because the woman was in. Remember, she was handling Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's Twitter handle. So Kanonta instructed her to tweet to make it look like Mazen is coming, and that's where they got everybody.
Yeah, okay. You see, the person who spoke now. I'm in agreement with what you just said. You see, Kanonta said something. There was something when the US were accusing him. He said somebody was interviewing him. I watched that interview. He said something. He said those who should know better. He said they knew better. So himself was a direct accomplice with some of the DOS members, if not all, at least some of them. And like you said, they were almost about 100 or thereabout. They were not just one or two people. You see, this was a well-planned coup. You see, with in-house and the outside with the DS, with London, and with our people like the man that whose aircraft was involved, jet was involved, and some of the politicians, and even some of the religious leaders, especially that somebody in Enugu, I don't know who, I can't remember his name now. So there were a lot of people that were involved in this thing. What I'm still saying is, for 8 days, nobody had the God, nobody had the feeling, knowing that this is the leader of the indigenous people, and knowing what is at stake, and knowing the plan. The plan was just to quench the entire movement, the entire Biafra freedom agitation, to bring it to a halt. You see, and now they are holding our leader.
My brother, let me
See?
cut you off. Let me
Okay.
just say something, please. It's not that
Yeah.
nobody
Mr. Paul,
knew that our
Mr. Paul,
leader was
Mr.
kidnapped.
Paul, before you could go, and who was speaking now? Is it Praise Elohim or Secretary?
Yes, it's President Elohim. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
let me say something.
Emeka Secretary, please mute your mic so that we can always know who is speaking. Your mic has always been on.
Emeka is muted.
Okay, it's not that nobody knew our leader was kidnapped. We knew that something was wrong with our leader. We knew personally, because that very meeting he did not show up, and that was unlike him. Because if anytime we have any meeting with our leader, he will be the first one to be on the line waiting for others to show up. He keeps time. Okay, those people who are directly involved knew what was going on. My spirit was telling me that something is really, really wrong. This is unusual regards to our leaders' attitude. But the point, there are people who masterminded this thing that happened. Those people knew what was going on. That was why they kept quiet. They don't want anybody to know. You saw what happened to Sunday, but immediately the thing broke out. You know, people, they make move and they hash their plan. Even on the Sunday, who's on the private Nigerian military helicopter was there, waiting to pick him up. But everything was harsh because the alarm was raised. But those people who had the information, who planned this thing, they could not allow us to let us know what was going on. Personally, me, I knew something was not right because that was not our leader's attitude. Whenever he called a meeting, he will be the first person at least to show up. That's how I got to know that there is something wrong, but I could not figure it out till our leader shows up in Nigeria.
Paul, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Given the feud between Muhammad Abbas, what's that his name, China Sanworu and Canon Takano, how they have been throwing tantrum to each other somehow. Do you think it is a window dressing or it is real? Because if both of them are intending in achieving this purpose, where would there be any form of animosity between them? What do you think about
two of
the
them are
situation?
complicit in this situation. The only thing
If you guys will allow me, Paul, if you guys will listen to me, please. I think our Prime Minister has done a position on this. If you ask me, I would not want to continue on this line and keep discussing this criminal. I don't want to add and I don't want to subtract. If we are going to continue on this, I may have to leave so that you guys can discuss it here. If you ask me, so if that is another line we are going to talk. Our Prime Minister has trashed this, exposed this, done a lot of analysis. Anyone who's asking questions here, if you have that question, you go and ask our Prime Minister. He will give you all the analysis you need, all the questions you want answered. When he is on Twitter or he is on Enter BIAFRA, you ask him that question. He will give you all the answers you need. Okay? If you ask me, I just want to put it out here. If you guys are going to continue, I'm going to exit.
My sister, don't exist. The point is that it was this was being discussed, and then I have to come in. I said, okay, before I go to our topic, let me add my voice to it. So there's no point exiting. And in this struggle, nothing should happen that should make anybody to. Please don't exist. If you want us to stop and take another topic, we better do that. But never say you want to exist. Nothing should anger you to make you to leave like a forum like this, because this is a family and we are in a struggle. So don't exist. We can change to our topic. I'm just want to advise.
Because our Prime Minister knows everything. If you need to
I listened to our Prime Minister. I heard everything he said, but now the thing just came up, and somehow when I came in and I said, let me add my voice. What I'm saying is that never should anybody, when we are in a forum like this, anybody should exit in anger or in whatever reason. we're a family.
No, I'm not exiting. Sorry, I'm not exiting in anger. I'm
Okay.
just trying to say that I don't want to continue with the topic. That's all. It's not
Yeah,
I'm
we can
exiting in
we can
anger.
change it.
No.
We can change the topic, no problem. But so going back to, but it's all right. It's all right. It's okay. But we are not happy anyway. It's okay. Going back to our topic. Dialogue now. Dialogue now. Dialogue now. There will be a time the king will come down from his throne and will say, I am ready to dialogue. And the people will begin to throw stones. And that time has come. The people are now throwing stones. The king has come down from his throne, saying, I am now ready for dialogue. But the people are saying, no, no, no. And people are throwing stones. So anything dialogue, now it is too late. It is too late in the day to dialogue with anybody. You see, you may dialogue with the living, but it is impossible to dialogue with the dead. And we have millions of them who have died for this struggle. We also have people who on their death, at the time they were giving up the ghost, they said, go and get me Biafra. That's the only thing that will make me to rest. So dialogue time has expired. There is no need for that, no calling of dialogue. We are not prepared to dialogue. That time has come and gone, and it's not coming back. The hand of the clock cannot be turned back. That time has come and it has gone. Nobody dialoguing with anybody. You see, what they are doing now, holding our leader, even when their courts have discharged him of every wrongdoing, even when the United Nations Working Group have said, release this man and compensate him, and they said no. What they are doing is that they are mocking over 70 million people. They are trying to tell us, what can you do? And let us tell them, let me tell them, we can do something. We can set Nigeria on fire. We can do something. They are mocking us. They are telling us, we are holding him. What can you do? Even when our courts have said, this you go, we will do something, and we're on it. Nigeria should be very, very aware that this is a generation that have sworn to restore Biafra. Let them release our leader for their own good. For their own good. When our leader gave a condition and said, that man in the Asorok, if you can unmask him and his Buhari, I will drop the struggle. I was really bothered. I was scared. I said, how sure is our leader about this issue? But thank God he was too sure, very sure, and they did not unmask him. And that time has passed. And our Prime Minister have just said, give us give us 3 jet fighters, and they are lucky, because the next time it will not be 3 jet fighters, it will be about 6 jet fighters and then 6 jet bombers. So they should forget the question of dialogue. We are not dialoguing with any corrupt politician. Nigeria is not worth dialoguing for. You see, what they are doing us today is not planned today. These are things of centuries. And they use the opportunity of Buhari to see how they can end it. But unfortunately to them, they couldn't succeed. And thank God for our leader, who was so, who saw the handouts on the wall and then came up with the ESN. And thank God for our Prime Minister also, who was able to take control of the ESN. Because however he did it, I don't know, but for him to was able to take control of the ESM and now added the Biafran Liberation Army. Nigeria, please, we are not dialoguing with you. The third term is over. So let me hang up here and let's continue. And thank all of you for always coming around and raising your voices. And very soon, they will hear from us.
Sorry, brothers, please, I just want to make this contribution. Lest we keep going round and round. You were talking about negotiation. Some people are approaching Simon for negotiation. Okay. I think to simply focus on the matter, if they are asking for negotiation, what is it that they want to negotiate? Because they have to come up with something. And them thinking about, I've already mentioned the very simple analysis that it is either because they find Nigeria to be the place they want to go, and Biafra is the danger to them. So they want to negotiate with Biafra to appease Biafra so that Nigeria will continue to exist. And in doing that, they see themselves as Nigeria. And then they are now on the side of Nigeria. They are Fulanis and not Igbos. So they want to negotiate with the enemy, Biafra. Therefore, they are the enemies now because they are on the side of Nigeria. Because if they are not, there is nothing to negotiate with Biafra for. And then, okay, if Biafra is this enemy, the bad one you want to negotiate with, what is the topic of the negotiation? It's either that we ourselves have given them the wrong message, the wrong impression, or they have foolishly decided not to understand. Perhaps too much emphasis and the hype on release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has misled them to think that that is the only agenda to discuss, because that is possibly what they are thinking about. Okay, give us time, we'll bring him out. But if we had put the major point of everything that we are talking about, which even led to the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu, on the table first before everything. Biafra first, the referendum first, then Mazi Nnamdi Kanu second. Because if we get referendum, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be free. But if we keep talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then there is something to negotiate for or to dialogue over. Because if the referendum is this, then, and we know their position, then there is really nothing to negotiate. There is nothing to dialogue about, because these are the 2 points. It is not about ESN. It's not about sit at home. The point is this: 1, referendum for Biafra, and 2, release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But one should supersede the other in importance, because if referendum is granted, if Biafra comes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be free. So that's why they are thinking that there is really something to negotiate. But if you put the major point first and the other one second, they will say that there is really nothing to negotiate. And they will be stupid to approach anybody for negotiation. I am just wondering, what do they want to negotiate? Because to me, there is nothing to negotiate. There is nothing at all. Are you trying to negotiate the referendum to tell us to forget it? Because you have maintained that. And we know your position is clear on that. And we know our own position too is very clear and solid. So what is it to negotiate? Because this is the cross of the matter. The cross of the matter is referendum, is the freedom, is the independence of Biafra. And you say you want to negotiate. So what is there to negotiate? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's kidnap is a second thing. The first one supersedes it and can actually lead to the achievement of the second. But what is there to negotiate when you are not talking about referendum for Biafra and independence?
Here's the thing. You know, I believe our Prime Minister made it clear. These people, they were never, do you negotiate from back door? Is that how you do? They want to do is see what, what price our Prime Minister will give them. So that then that's the only thing that they are doing. It has nothing to do with negotiation. It's to see if they can buy off the Prime Minister. And that's it. You know, it's do you negotiate from back door?
You see, our Prime Minister made it clear that even if there's going to be a negotiation, Nnamdi Kanu should be on the forefront, to be on the table. He said it. And apart from that, like you said, it's not just about Nnamdi Kanu. Because the struggle is not on for now. It's not about Nnamdi Kanu only. Nnamdi Kanu just one out of the lot. You see, our Biafra is bigger than anybody, including our supreme leader. It's bigger than him. So it's very clear that what they read, like I think who spoke last, he said they think there's this impression that every Biafran has a price. There is this impression, you see. So approaching our prime minister,
Go on, made it.
he
Was
go
it
on.
Go on
Yeah,
or
you
Amadu
know,
Bello?
it was go on.
Bello
It
or
was go
It's
something.
on.
go on. It's go
It
on.
was go on.
Yeah.
It was go on. You see, so that impression is there. So they want to see what will be the price of our prime minister. But thank God the way he just ended that the way he hit back at that Okori of a man, or whichever channel they want to use to approach him. That is the impression they have about us, that there is always a price on any of us. But they have met a generation that has no price at target. You cannot tag any price on any of us, you see. So what we want is what we want. So on the issue of which should be negotiated, you see, Mass Namdekan is there, referendum is there, our freedom is there. The whole thing is interwoven. You see, they are all part of the whole deal. So there is no way, I'm still standing, no need for negotiation. What are we negotiating about? You see, they just want to
Thank
mock
you.
us. So for now,
Yeah.
let me just stop here for now, and then
Thank
let's
you.
continue.
Can
Thank
I
you.
add
Let's
something to
go
what you said,
to
my brother? Let me
hold
just give
on,
me 2
Paul.
minutes.
Can you hear me, Paul? I can't even hear anything. Uh-oh. I think
I
they
can
kicked.
hear you.
Your
I
line
can
is
hear
good.
you.
You're coming out clear.
Okay. Go ahead. One second. So she can speak to the topic. And then we have Okesin in the house. Paul, you're still muted.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
is
I'm
it
here.
me?
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. See, if you understand Nigerian government never negotiate. They don't negotiate. Their negotiation is bribe. It's only two options they have. If they bribe you, you refuse to take the bribe, they look for a way to kill you. Nigerian government never negotiate. And if you understand, Nigerian was forcefully amalgamated. That's why you see everything they do is force. You must agree by force or they kill you. That's just Nigerian government. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Before we go to our sister, there is this propaganda that is going on. Efulefu, these people that are trying to, turn us against our Yoruba brothers, and it's going on. We've seen where people that claim to be unknown gunmen, shouting they are unknown gunmen, telling you that they allowed. All that is nonsense. So when you see those things, so don't even retweet it, ignore it, and keep moving. Our eyes remain on the ball, and Biafra is Biafra first. Anything else it's not something that we should worry about. We focus on Biafra, and then our friends is our friends, our enemy is our enemy. I believe Koiki said it best. If you don't like it, go and jump into Lagoon. We must continue. Go ahead, our own sister. Oh, did she already spoke? All right, I think she went down. Ebere. All right, we'll go to Okesin. Okesin, unmute yourself.
Thank you very much, honorables in the house. Let me just join in to grasp the interesting topic again, negotiations. First, I want to know with whom do we or do anybody negotiate with? Looking around, I don't think there is anybody out there to negotiate, and I don't think there are people with interest to negotiate or to dialogue. And to dialogue or to negotiate, there must be warring partners. People must be fighting first for one to come and dialogue between them. And again, Nigeria, the zoo, as they are rightly called, never respect, never dialogue. In fact, they are the worst people to dialogue with, because they don't respect dialogue. They don't negotiate. The only thing they know is buy over, bought over, bribery. That's the only thing Nigeria that interests Nigeria. They have never dialogued and respect the outcome of that dialogue or negotiation. I've never heard of it. None. If anybody, not anyone or any time Nigeria ever respected any dialogue, the person please can let me know. Right from the time they were formed or it was formed, I've never known them to have respected any form of dialogue. First, the creation of the formation of the company was a deceit. They said people agreed or signed, which never took place, which never were. Second, the Aburi, we all knew, was negotiated. Who turned it down? Nigeria. On and on and on and on. Almost everything, all the conferences, national conferences that have taken place there, they have never respected any one of them. Is that the kind of people that one will wake up a day or any morning to say, I am going to negotiate with? To go to negotiate with Nigeria is either you are insane, demented, short-sighted, or you are just mad, or you are just going to pick a price and be bought. That's just the thing. Nobody is ever going there to negotiate with Nigeria with anything positive intention that will come out of it. Coming to the recent, we all knew what happened during the NSAS. It was moving as it's supposed to be, with anger and ferocity from the youths, until the Nigerian state noticed that it was actually getting out of hand. What did they do? They brought out our sweet-mouthed somebody that we used to respect, the Abaribe, go out there, deceive the youths, talk to them, promise them heaven and earth. Abaribe came out, spoke well to the youths, even took them into the red chamber. Who knows how much they handed over to the boys. And from then, that NSAS ended. Immediately, Abaribe came out with his gang to talk to the youth, took them into the red chamber. That was the end of it. All what they came out to tell us they agreed to or discussed, nobody ever heard of it anymore. It ended there and was buried. NSAS died. It was negotiated. Now, to come to our dear POS members that have been killing our leader all this while, without him, although he knew what was happening, but he was just helpless. Now, Soludo came on board. Prior to the Anambra election, all the politicians were bragging they wanted dialogue, they wanted peace, they wanted to resolve the issue, and the idiots brought that up and agreed for political solution. Soludo came after winning, came out publicly to tell us that, in fact, he is now working with IPOB. And the good ones among them, the IPOB, have agreed to work with him, work with Soludo, the politicians. That was a negotiation. They agreed. They must have dialogued. People were jumping up and down, agreed that something good is going to come out of it. Soludo did all he did, started smiling. He wanted to go and meet our leader. But he even sewed himself a new Christmas cloth to go to the dungeon to meet him, in connivance with the good Umuchineke, the oratorian Umuchineke, the Ukumango Umuchineke. That was the man, the kingpin of, and the Madubugu of thing. Those were the kingpin that Soludo meant were working with him from the IPOB side. Then when Soludo, they all agreed then, my perspective, that they are going to force Onyendu to come out to denounce further sit at home. In fact, that was what they were hoping on when Soludo made that journey to meet with our Onyendu. That if anybody had noticed, during that court hearing, they were forcing him to come and make a statement, to the point that even Onyendu even once even asked them, "What do you expect me to say?" When he made that last public statement that carried them all over, he has denounced the autopilot. They were forcing him, pinching him, go speak, go talk, go talk, go talk. That was what they were all agreed, that they were going to force him to come out there and say something to quench the sit at home. Because I caught it up. I heard it. I heard when Onyendu asked them, say, "What do you expect it to say?" Before he then came out and made that statement that he made that day about he wanted peace in Igbo land. People were pinching him from behind to just say something. That was their agreement with Soludo, to go in there and force him to come and say something in the public. Now, after that negotiation, what was the result? Till today, we've not seen any. But things were negotiated. There was a dialogue. That is from the Nigerian side. So, I'll continue saying that it makes no sense for anybody to start dreaming that any form of negotiation with whosoever that is attached with the name Nigeria is going to sit in a table to negotiate or dialogue for anything, and that one will come out in the positive form. It's never gonna happen. I think God caused that land with that. They can never achieve anything through negotiation or dialogue. So let nobody ever think or dream that any kind of negotiation will ever be fruitful. It's never gonna happen. Let's just keep that away from what we believe or what we are aspiring. That is my
Thank
conviction.
you. Thank you.
So, my brother, I said, thank you very much. I have to take it slow because it's very late my end,
I
and
know you just have
yeah,
to get it off your chest. You just have to take it off your chest. We know we love it. We love it. Thank you, Machineke. Thank you. Okay, Sin.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I think let it be. I greet you all for your endeavors. You all are doing great.
Thank you.
God will
Thank
continue
you.
to bless you all.
Our minister, honorable minister, you have the mic. Mazu go 247. You're welcome. Before we go to praise Elohim, and then we start to draw the curtain.
Thank you. Now they wait for me before, so I just open my phone. I say microphone. Bam. Well, I went on. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, University. I don't know as soon as they get this strength, honestly. How you go stay here, the talk, 5 hours, it's 10 hours. You see the talk. I hello now. I hello now. Now pass me. I don't go lie. Honestly, on pass me. I appreciate everyone here. I can see my queens, my queenitic angels are here, and my angels, my prince. No, I like I just talk. No.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything. 247. Don't say nothing.
Laugh, no give me talking. Like, hey, what you like? I appreciate every one of us here. One love, everybody. I beg. Our prime minister don't talk. No more negotiation. Yeah, I've told them the only negotiation available. Okay, thank God you have these DOS are wise, because I heard somebody the last week saying something about going into political solution or solution politics. And I don't know if any of us have seen the one they have panicked to Russia, begging them to not listen to Simon. No, don't listen to Simon. No, his name is Simon Ekpao. He no gree die. You, we don't kill him. He no gree die. We give him poison. He no gree die. We shoot him God. He no gree die. Don't listen to him. Oh. He's not a human being. He's not from IPOB. Oh. He's not a real IPOB. Oh. He's only a troublemaker. Why are they scared? Why are they trembling? Why did they peace for body? Why did they peace for body? They don't go back Russia, don't listen to Simon. Simon they say you are scared, Abby. You are scared. But you are not scared of coming to kill innocent people in Biafra land. You are not scared. I don't blame them now. I'm blaming the sack of sand in the name of Ohaneze shaman or chairperson and all the political criminals. Now them are the blame. Not be all these foreigners. So we must intensify whatever we are doing. If you get the power, mash your throttle down. Mash your throttle down. If your leg they pain you, find something, take support your leg, make it hold am there. No be Jackie Chan, I see where they drive motor, leg no reach, I mean, you stick, push them down. The thing got there for higher speed. So anything you can do to speeding up, do. I'm begging everybody. We must continue. We must continue. If you stop, you die. Think of yourself. If you have committed yourself into this struggle, if you stop now, what do you get? If you stop, where are you going? You stop your freedom, you are not getting. You are not going to your papa house again. Even the land itself, they go carry them. You are not going to sow again because it's nothing there. Where you are not comfortable. You are struggling to get a common permit. Common permit, you struggle to renew every year. Some of us, every 6 months, they are struggling to renew their permit. And you think you are comfortable. You're only a fool. It's only a fool that will struggle to renew a document and believe he's comfortable because you have 24 hours light. You open your tap, you see water. The truth is that you can never be so comfortable as you will be in your own house. Now, the truth be that. Think of all those people. Just look at yourself. Just look at yourself. I don't know, maybe you're in America, you're in Canada, you're in Europe. Look at yourself and they look at the real citizens of that land. At your age grade, look at them. And you will see that the people you are more qualified than, the people you are more educated than, the people you are more brilliant, intelligent, stronger than, are living better than you. Because they did their papa house. They did for their papa house. You be stranger and you will always be treated like a stranger. No matter the kind of passport you possess tomorrow. If you like, possess their red passport, possess their yellow, possess their black passport. A stranger will always remain a stranger. And the time we come one day, you will be asked to go home. Where will you go? We need this BIAFRA. Honestly, we need them. It has taken away everything from us. It has taken away everything from us. If you no fight for this freedom now, you are not going to get anything back. These people called Nigeria has taken away everything. Nigeria took away the air you breathe. Look at today again. Youth corpers that were posted to North to go and do their service, youth service, they were kidnapped. 8 of them were kidnapped, and each is being asked to pay 4 million naira. Imagine you would be one of those people. And your papa, like my papa, now we no even fit send me to school. Maybe you manage to do 1 or 2 business, you can't finish your school. After 8 years minus a strike, after 8 years, 5 years minus strike, you are going to do a service, they kidnap you. And it's not as if your papa don't get the money, they go just suffer you, leave you. If you be woman, well, they feel consider giving you multiple pregnancy to deliver multiple terrorists for them. If you be man, no say they don't harvest your organ unless you have that money. And all these people that were kidnapped are Biafrans. Biafrans. Let us not wait until the thing reaches our foot. Let us not wait. Because if we wait, when the thing can reach your foot, your feet, it go sweep off your feet. It be like water. If you go water, if you enter water, the thing go to enter your feet small. Before you know it, the whole water don't cover your feet. You no go fit do anything again. Make we no wait again. Let us not wait. Let us go and take over our land. We have prayed. God have heard our prayers. God is with us. Who say God will never hear your prayer? They lie. But when God hear your prayer, it is left for you to act. Like I see Kumuyi today, I was so disappointed and angry again. We have forgotten about this man of God deceiving people. He jumped into the scene today again. Maybe somebody probably have paid them tithe or sowed a seed or given an offering. Then he remembered to come back to tell us today, you see, all these people that has been chosen as your ministers, if you look back, you will see that there is something good they have done. So if you support them, there is nothing impossible. You will see that God will answer all our prayers. I say, He knows that they have done something good, but he has forgotten that they have done something evil. These people are the people that have killed us in number. Operation Python dance 1, 2, 3, crocodile laugh, crocodile smile, crocodile jump, monkey dance on our head, oh, Abi. DK killed hundreds of people in Obibo. And those wicked killed their children, some of them today are taking drugs, homeless people. Some of them are homeless. Some of them cannot go to school. Some of them have no even some nothing to write home about. They have been forgotten, and we moved on. And today, pray for the same people that killed your parents. Pray for the same people that have stolen your future. Pray for the same people that have rendered you useless. Pray for the same people who have sent your brothers, your sisters to die in desert and die in Mediterranean Sea, to go to Europe and go to America and become slaves. Pray for them. And if I talk, somebody go say you are antichrist. I'm not an antichrist. I am anti-evil. I don't like evil. That somebody say he's a man of God doesn't mean he is a man of truth. You can be a man of God but a liar, a deceiver. You've forgotten that what is his name of a baby Hitler of a boy state, Devo Mai placed 2 million naira bounty on each head of every Biafran you will get down. We have forgotten them. We have to go and pray for them so that they will come and govern us very well. Because the one they were there before, you did not pray for them. Pray for them. Those that has been deceived, go keep praying for them until they wipe away everything in your land. There is nothing to negotiate. There is nothing to negotiate. As for those saying that there are loopholes here and there, you must not do without negotiating, without political solution. There are loopholes. These people are the same loopholes they are telling you about, because the loopholes are the sabo. I gave illustration in my place. If you are doing anything like you get, you want to do one occasion, you go see them makers come tell you, you know, say, if you know go settle them, he is a remmaker, but he go come tell you, you know, say, if you know go settle the rem makers, then go for disturb what you they do. You go to say a lie. You have to go and settle the rem maker. But he is one of the rem makers, and he is the one coming to tell you to go and settle the rem maker. So these criminals telling you there are loopholes in this IPOB we are today that you don't know. Who and the who are the loopholes? Shina Saworu is a loophole. Shike Dozemi King and all of them, they are the loopholes. And today, it don't leak from their body. Mazen and the Kalu don't be, they don't kidnap them. And they have negotiated. If you listen to the video, you will see what they have negotiated. You see the outcome of their negotiation. You see the result. Alarm don't blow now. Breeze don't blow. We don't see fire in ash. Nothing to hide again. And these are the same people telling you that the people fighting for Biafra are not Biafrans. Does it matter? If a Kenyan will come today to bring Biafra, why wouldn't I take it? Does it matter where you come from? You are telling me Simon is not a Biafra. Simon is did not take an oath. Simon is short. Simon is not rich. You must not be tall. You must not be tall. You must not be short. You must not be wealthy. You must not be educated. I remember Aton Zeribe when he was told he did not have his university certificate to become what do you call it? What was he? Senator. He was asking them, what is the qualification? They say school cert. He said, didn't you see my school cert certificate? Everybody went, bam, they shut their mouth up. What we need is freedom, and no care. Even if dog, make it be dog when they come bring the freedom. I'm interested as long as freedom is concerned. Mazen Nandikan said that Biafrans are wise. As long as you are doing the needful and the right thing, you are truthful, follow you. Any day you derail, they will also derail come for your body. That is it. So we don't have any choice but to fight to end. Listen, some people might say, but if we are fighting now, we may die. If you don't fight, you will still die. So what is the point? Fight. If you die, you know, say you die fighting to save yourself and your generation than to go and die like a coward. Fight. We have lost everything already. What are you preserving? That business you are preserving in Nkwonewe, in Onisha market in Aba, you are not sure of it tomorrow. Even as I'm talking now, maybe by now, next distress call is that this market is on fire. You don't go do anything. You can't do nothing. Like I used to say, Nigeria is only country that imports. You know, when I was in Italy, when you are you are sending things to Africa, you are sending any goods to Nigeria with container, you know you have to pay for the container going to Nigeria and pay for the container coming back to Italy again. And so it is to America, to Europe, to Asia. You pay for going and coming. And the funny part of it is that when the container delivered your goods in Nigeria, the container have to be taken back to America, to Asia, to Italy, to Europe, empty. You pay for empty containers going back. You don't export anything from your country. You only import. We import scrap. We import rubbish. We import demons. We import some rejected, dejected things. And we are happy. We are doing well. When we people come to your land and they take from your land and they pay you for taking from your land, but it's the other way around. They will come and take from our land and they kill us. We see this thing that happened there. I don't know if it is in Benin or where the France government were going off, France company were going back to their country and they were destroying the vehicles. They were destroying the vehicles. You see the level of the wickedness. They were destroying the vehicles. Why not give it out to those people there? My people, we don't have choice but to move. Oh. We must move. No stop. I will drop my mic here. Thank you, my people. We move.
Thank you for that wonderful submission. We're gonna be rounding up so that University can sleep. University, are you still with us? He's already fallen asleep. Praise Elohim, unmute yourself, and then we give closing remark, and then we call it a day. Praise Elohim.
Yeah, just a quick one. Thank you. I salute you, my honorable minister, for visiting us. You see, like the last speaker before you spoke was talking about Nigeria has no interest in any negotiation. You see, the indigenous people they are killing in Benue, sometimes they do have a kind of peace meeting, and everybody will think that everything is just over, and they will come for the worst slaughter. And let's also remember that there was also a meeting at Kampala, Uganda, that was for ceasefire during the civil war, and Nigeria did not keep it. So, like our honorable minister said, I think the issue of negotiation, and all of us have said the same thing anyway, is just a closed door. So we should just forget about that, because Nigeria does not respect, even when you negotiate and they have an agreement, they don't negotiate, they don't keep to their own agreement. These Kaduna people, they have had peace missions, and the people relaxed, and they came back and did the worst massacre. During the war, there was a ceasefire meeting at Kampala, Uganda. Apart from they are doing something, which was before the war, and they did not keep that peace ceasefire meeting. So the issue of dialogue is closed and closed forever. So I just want to mention that, please. Thank you for giving me that opportunity one more time.
Thank you, Wachineke. I'll give everyone about 1 more minute. Not everyone. We have 10 minutes so that the host can sleep. It's already really late. So it is me. You get 1 minute. Go ahead.
Well,
I'll be timing it.
in all these things, I dare to tell us here, the news that I'm breaking is that Nigeria states have never talked about negotiation. The only people that are talking about negotiation are Ohaneze. These people are nothing. Ohaneze does not represent anybody. This is just a group of people that gather themselves together. The only thing is that it has been long that they register themselves and they keep recycling themselves. Nigerian state has only gone to Russia to tell them that Simon Ekpa is not a Biafran, that he is not fighting for Biafra. Now, this is our supposed enemy, but what they did was to go to Russia and say, look, this person is not part of our enemy. He is not a Biafran. He is not fighting for, he is not part of our enemy, and we don't know, we are not recognizing him as fighting for our enemy, which is madness. So in all this negotiation matter, this one, it is just a group of people, not even the Igbo politicians, no. Now, people that doesn't matter, they are not, they can be scrapped at any time. So let's have that, bear that in mind. I hit my mic.
Thank you, Wachineke, for that. Thank you, Simon Epa. Oh, King, I'll give you 1 cent. We have 9 minutes. Our own King.
Hello, brother. Hey, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody, brother. Thank you. I'm glad you brought me in. I don't know. Am I me on Twitter now? If I come in, they'll push me out. I greet everybody in the
If I had known, I would bring him in. He's taking our Twitter things now.
No problem. Even if my time is out, I'm glad to be here. Even if my time is out, I'm glad.
Okay, King, go ahead.
I'm glad to be here. Even if my time is out, no problem. See, this negotiation with who? Am I negotiating with? We're not negotiating with anybody. Like it is me again, rightfully said. It is not Nigerian state. It is just some bunch of animals that call themselves Ohaneze. And by the way, the negotiation we only have one session with them, just to decide: are we going to kill them? Are we going to bury them alive, or maybe push them inside? Maybe River Niger, tie block on their waist. That's the only negotiation we do with them. Apart from that, there is nothing again to negotiate with them. They know the right thing they do. They will just, the same way they connive with the Fulani terror to go and kidnap our leader from Kenya. They should just go there and release that innocent man. Our leader is an innocent man. He didn't do them anything. Apart from that, there is nothing else we have with these guys. They don't exist. There is no group like Ohaneze. Ohaneze is just a kind of some group of Ndaburu. Just some Ndaburu. These guys they suppose they're not on to pack. They're nobody. When that are in the house, just one hawk, that's all. Can't have block on Uku, that's all. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you. Thank you, Wachineke. Thank you, guys. We'll go over to our own mouthpiece. Closing remark.
Thank you so much. It's been good for all these hours we've been here. And the only thing I can say is in fact, there's nothing like negotiation. So we don't even want to negotiate with anybody. we are not even negotiating Biafra. So Biafra is non-negotiable. So what are we negotiating? So anyways, for me, all I want to be hearing is the Idra Canon. I want to be seeing Eda and Adra Canon. So that's all. Because, thank you everyone for being here. I love you all. Good night.
Thank you, our own mouthpiece of the gods, Machineke. Thank you. We said it. We've been talking and all day, but we have to put action behind it, which is money. Make sure you sign up for the BAT, Biafra Liberation Tax. Make sure you, go. We have fundraising coming up. Make sure you participate, however much you have. And then there are different means of making sure that your money reach the Liberation Army. From We have the GoFundMe, we have the ESN, and then we have the government website. For those asking me how to get to the government website to sign up for the BAT, go to Abarawa's handle. You will see both websites there. The only one that is not there is the GoFundMe, and that one I believe I retweeted it. So, but I will try to retweet it again. And so make sure that you're doing your part. We don't just talk; we do action. Those men that are in the Liberation Army, those women that are in the Liberation Army, they have families, they eat, they need weapons, and they need all manner of ammunitions and everything, so that we will keep bringing down all the fighter jets that the Zoo Army are sending to bomb our land. We need to be. We don't, if we had everything that we need, because right now we don't have total control of the airspace of Biafra, and if once we have the control of that, they won't be throwing bombs anymore. But it's because they still have upper hands. That's why they can throw bombs. And sometimes we will bring down their fighter jets. Sometimes they will come and they will live with injury. But we need to be bringing down each and every one of their fighter jets that makes its way into the Biafran airspace. And that is exactly what we are going to be doing. Pending the day Biafra will be redeclared, and then we'll take total control of our territory, which is happening in the coming days, weeks, and months. But always keep up the hope, keep up the dream. We continue to fight. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will be released. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Fulani knows what will happen if they decide, if they do the worst. And, we're not going to, say what we're going to do to them. But I believe the Woto that they're receiving in Biafra land, that's just the testing microphone, just like our Prime Minister. Fulani understand. They don't understand English. They understand violence and fire for fire, and that's exactly what.
I can't hear anything again, so I don't know if we're done.
I can't hear him too. I thought it's only me.
Okay, so I believe that the best thing is the host, university, please just end the space so that we all go. University, are you there? Who's going to call university?
University call all
And we can we can end the space because he's the one who's in.
Can somebody reach them on?
I don't know. I don't know anybody's number. I don't know.